Steve, we was looking forward to a busy November. We had a lot of lads out in November on the TV shows. Seems like that's not the case.
Yeah, I'll go through it now, really, but it's really disappointing for not just for me, but for the fighters that our lads were fighting, and also the promoters who was putting the shows on. But obviously, it's been quiet, and I've had to work hard to get lads out onto these TV shows, which we've done quite well. But when I just read this through, it kind of takes me back to the days when we was doing bloody 20 shows a year, 2 every month, and stressing out. And you know, this month we had Jack Flatley, who's going to fight on the 28th of November against
that was the rematch. Well, not the rematch,
against Jay Metcalf, which was the rescheduled one. So it fell through once before. Obviously, Jack and Jay were devastated there, and then it was rescheduled for 28th of November, and we've just been told that Jay Metcalf's got an injury, and that fight's no longer on the 28th of November. So Jack Flatley's out. Jack Armfield had a great fight against that John Doherty coming up on the 14th of November, and Jack's had a bit of tummy ache, wasn't sure what it was, got very painful, and then he was rushed into hospital and had appendix out. So Jack's out of that one. Zahid was fighting on Dennis Hobson's show, and he got cut. The straightener in the car park, and he's got cut inspired, and he's out. And then we had 2 boys in the Ultimate Boxer, and both of them have pulled out this week. Charlie Schofield, unfortunately, has picked the COVID up, so he's not going to be fit to fight. And Diego Costa's got a query on his medical, which we've not got the time to get it cleared and right for the 10th of November.
But hopefully that can be cleared.
Yeah. So I think it's just a hiccup, and he's out for the 10th of November. We get it cleared up for after that. But it's like 5 of them are out. Touchwood at the moment, we've still got Cullen in. Obviously, Jack Cullen's got a tough fight against who's it? Jamie Cox.
Jamie Cox. Yeah.
So that's one that I'm
looking
forward to.
How do you feel that's going to go then? I mean, I know we're going to be biased towards our own fights.
Yeah, listen, Cullen's been active and he's improving. I think he's going into a big super middleweight, and Jamie Cox, forever class he was in, I wouldn't say he was world class, but I think he was above domestic class, and a puncher. Don't think he's a big super middleweight, and he's been inactive, so I think that makes it for the 50-50 fight, you know. And
he's actually spoke about moving down to middleweight, and this is like a filling fight till he's down at that weight.
Well, I'm hoping he takes him easy then, because that'll help us out as well. But no, it's a 50-50 fight, and you know, it's one that can really move Jack on with a win, so I'm hoping on that one. Mason Cartwright, can't announce it yet because it's not 100% confirmed, but it looks like we've got a title fight for Mason, which is good news.
And is that at light middleweight?
That's at light middleweight, yeah. And then obviously what everyone's waiting to hear for is when Josh Warrington's fighting, and we're hoping that there's going to be an announcement on that next week, and it's the fight we've always wanted for the last 9 months. Can't announce it yet, but it's going to be a big fight for Josh, and if things work out, Reece Mould could be fighting for his British title on the undercard of that as well. So
will that be before the end of the year, or will that be next
probably
year?
Early in the new year, that one, yeah.
Right.
But we're looking at things. Just need to get the I's and the T's the I's dotted and the T's crossed, and that happens. So even though, like we say, we started with 5 kids not pulling out, but falling out of TV fights, it's been a bad time, but with those news of the other fights and everything like that, and these probably might get rescheduled and that again. It's something to look for. So it's not all bad news, but it kind of reminded me this week of how shit boxing can be at times. Yeah.
Well, is there a possibility of the Metcalf and Flatley fight being rescheduled, or is he looking to defend against Scott Fitzgerald now in a British and Commonwealth?
I don't know on what the injury
he's been made mandatory, hasn't he, for Scott's title?
Yeah. So till I know exactly what the injury is and how long Jay will be out, I couldn't really answer that one.
Have we got any news on Scott though?
Yeah, Scott's back in the gym now and training, so I think he just needs a date himself so he can get fully focused on it and get that. But it'll be next year before Scott's out.
Right, but it's nice to know that he's back.
Yeah, and like we've not given up on doing VIP shows, but I did like an exercise the other day on the costing of running a show, and unless the board change the rules on like the COVID testing and the isolation, it's just impossible. It was near on £20,000 worth of costs just to do the testing and the isolation.
Would that be with the crowd as well, though?
Well, what I'm saying is, you know, if you could do it with a crowd, I don't think you'd have to do the testing. You know,
right.
If you have to do that testing, you know, you just can't do it. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Right, okay then. Well, bit of bad news and a bit of good news.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
mate. See you later, Steve. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.